Welcome everyone, we have the latest official update on the Rite event with the gameplay details, with the additional Primogems, that's right, and also the details with the tower defense. This just came out about 14 minutes ago, and I spent some time to summarize everything for us as well. So over here, we can see a summary of the notes. We'll go through the official notes with the help of the summary because there's a lot to go through. So it took me about 20 minutes to just read everything, and there's a lot I want to share with you guys. Now coming to the first, basically the gameplay details, this one summarizes everything. So for the Rite festival, there will be 3 stages. We know that there's going to be a Rite Tales, there's going to be a theater mechanics for the tower defense, and also a Xiao Market. Now let's focus on the Rite Tales, and why do I say we're getting bonus Primogems? Is the 30 Primogems per quest. So we're going to quickly struggle over here. There is a lot more Primogems, but what we're focusing on is the Primogems that was not mentioned directly in the stream. So the live stream in patch 1.3. So we know there's like over 1,600 from the event and everything. But if you notice over here, this particular picture shows the Rite Tales, which give us 30 Primogems and 20,000 Mora, and also 100 favor, which we can use for later. Now if we have a look over here, so for the Rite Tales, each of the tail quests will give us 30 Primogems, and it is said by some of the Chinese informers and also leakers, there are 26 of those quests, and 2 of those will be revealed each day for 18 days. Now if we come over here, so that's what I searched up. I had a look at the Rite Tales duration. You can see that the Rite Tales actually start on the 10th and finish on the 28th, which add up to 18 days. And because it was said the 26th quest that was to be added to the game is the festive quest, which will be unlocked every 2 days. So it is very likely we'll be getting 780 more Primogems for the 26 quests, which provide 30 Primogems for each of the quests. So before I knew there was going to be a lot of quests, I wasn't sure if we were getting Primogems. And reading the notes over here, I had to double check that it is likely, guys, very likely we're getting those additional Primogems for each of the quests. And let's have a look at this entire event together. So during the Rite event, we'll be doing the Xiao's main quest. After Xiao's main quest, we'll have unlocked the theater mechanics and also different dates for different events. As we complete the Tales for the Rite quest, which give us 30 Primogems for each of the Tales, we'll accumulate favor. For the higher favors, we'll be unlocking higher market, and also we'll be getting more bonus and also more rewards. So the focus is doing the quest while doing the theater mechanics to get some of the talisman. And the talisman will be used to purchase the free characters we'll be getting in the game. So if we come over here, quickly skipping some of the parts, we'll be getting those peace talismans. And those talismans are the item that is used to purchase the characters in the game. We'll talk about those as well in a special video about which character to pick. And the talismans can also be used to purchase in the Xiao Market. And those event items and also event market will open on different times, and there's different items. Talent books, experience materials, dust of transmutation, Mora, and also crown of insight. So those talismans we get from the event, we'll be able to purchase those. Now going through each of the events in more details, coming over to the theater mechanics, what we're going to see is there is actually a special post on the theater mechanics, and it is very comprehensive. First of all, there's 6 stages of the difficulties, and we'll be getting different rewards for different difficulty multipliers even after the 6 stages. We can unlock each of the stages and we can pick different difficulties. Notice the reward goes higher. And as we go through this particular quest, we can start with this NPC in Living Harbor. As we go further, what you're going to see is monsters will start to appear, and we'll be able to build tower. There is a phase to be building, there's a phase to be starting with the monsters. You can skip this timer if you finish beforehand. And you can see with the lines to show you which part of the monster is coming where. Now during this tower defense, we can play as a single player or as co-player. And during this time, as the monster comes, they will start from the purple gate, they will head towards the blue gate. And there's also signs to show where the monster goes. Now during the tower defense, we cannot deal damage to the monsters. So notice here, we cannot deal damage to the monsters, we cannot gain energy, we cannot use elemental burst. But what we can do is, we can debuff monsters with elemental skills. So if we debuff monsters with Hydro, the tower does Cryo, we can freeze monsters. So you can select different characters with different spells, and also use the E spells to debuff enemies. If you debuff enemy with different elements, you can combine this for high effect. There's also traps and also mechanics in the dungeon which have a cooldown, which can help us defeat the monsters. Now one of the event loots in the tower defense is the special sigils. Those will allow us to upgrade our current towers, and depending on the different monsters and also different stages, we can update those towers. As we upgrade those towers, as we go into different tower defense, those towers will retain the similar levels, and we can also pick different special arts during this stage. So each time we complete a stage, we can pick a special art, and the sigils will allow us to upgrade different towers. The special art can give us more points, more damage, or special effects. And as for the towers, if we come over here, if we're upgrading the towers will have a special effect. Depending on the level we upgrade those towers, we can have those towers unlocking special effect at level 1, level 3, and level 5. So notice that after level 1, we go to level 3 for the special effect, and then level 5 unlocks the final special effect. The damage of the tower also increases. So as we play the tower defense, our tower becomes stronger, and we can defeat higher difficulty monsters, and the stages will get unlocked. During this time, you can also pick different buffs to for your towers. And this is when we come over here. Each time we defeat the waves within each of the defense, we can pick a special mystic art, which will boost our towers differently depending on the prio, or depending on different mechanics, and depending on what towers we're using and what towers we have been upgrading. And this also works in co-op. If you have a level 5 Pyro Tower, your friend have a level 3 Hydra Tower, you can work together for stronger towers and also damage. Now as we complete different challenges within tower defense, we'll be obtaining special sigils, which can be used to upgrade different towers, and also those will unlock different stages. As we unlock new stages, the map will change and also the monsters and also the difficulty as well. It is really nice to see a special tower defense which allow us to utilize different elemental combinations, and the strength of your characters and also weapons is not effective. I think the Sacrificial series may be the best one to cast more E-spells, but most of our guys is combining the elements of the towers and also using special mechanics, which can be very interesting. Now the reward for the tower defense of course is going to be the Peace Talisman. We saw earlier, this can be used in the purchase shop for the event shop, and this can also be used to purchase a 4-star character. So those are really nice, and there's also a lot of challenges as we go through this event. You can see clearing stages at difficulties, clearing stages at different challenges, and other special events for more reward. Now it is important that we know that the Xiao Lantern will be the item that is used to enter the Lantern Red tower defense. So basically we'll be killing monsters for those items. We'll be harvesting plants, we'll be killing monsters, we'll be getting different minerals for this particular tower defense. It does not cost any reason, and this is really good. We can play the entire tower defense without actually spending any reason. And this is really nice because we can play as much as we want by farming those farmable items, which will make a guide on the locations of those items. So here are the crafting we need for the Xiao Lantern. Now if we come over to the next event that was reviewed in this particular notes, is the Lantern Red Tails. So earlier we spoke about the Primogems we get. For those tails, it is likely those will be unlocked 2 of those every day, and this will unlock for 18 days. As you can see, there's a next button, so we can see there's about 9 pages of the tails on the first page, and there's going to be the next page. It is said there's 26 of those tails. It is yet to be found out, but if there are 26 of those, we can make 30 Primogems and 20,000 Mora for each of those tails, which means additional Primogems. There is also Primogems for completing the Xiao quest. As usual, the main character quest will at least give 60 Primogems. And as a final part, the Xiao Market will have 3 segments. The Xiao Market will unlock at different stages of different times, and different items will be available for exchange. Again, the item used in the Xiao Market will be the Peace Talisman, and those can be obtained from other events. So let me know what you guys think about this event. Looks really nice. I'm really hoping that all 26 of those quests actually goes towards the particular tails. That means we can get 26 times 30 Primogems, which if we come back over here to the summary notes, we can see that we get 780 Primogems. And here are some of the small summaries for those. So we can see this looks pretty good, and this will start tomorrow on the 10th of February. Super excited for this, and let me know what you guys think about those events. Now if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with Genshin and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.